March 1918. Russia is bleeding. The once mighty empire is on its knees. Revolution, chaos, and a war it can no longer fight. And then, the unthinkable happens. With a single stroke of a pen, Russia surrenders nearly 1 million square miles of land to Germany. Cities, resources, millions of people gone. Why? What forced Russia to make such a humiliating sacrifice? And what were the shocking consequences that still echo today? This is the story of the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk, the deal that reshaped Europe and sealed Russia's fate. Why did Russia give up so much land to Germany in 1918? By 1917, Russia was a sinking ship. World War I had drained its resources. Its people were starving, and the army? Mutinying in droves. Then boomed the Bolshevik Revolution. Lenin seizes power with a promise. Peace, land, bread. But peace had a price, and Germany held all the cards. Imagine showing up to a poker game after your entire army folded. Yeah, not a strong negotiating position. Germany knew Russia was desperate, and they were about to exploit it, ruthlessly. Germany didn't just want victory, they wanted domination. Their armies were advancing, and their terms? Brutal. Ukraine? Gone. Poland? Gone. The Baltics? Gone. Lenin faced an impossible choice. Keep fighting and risk total annihilation, or sign away a third of Russia's population and farmland. What would you do? On March 3rd, 1918, Russia signed the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk, one of the most devastating peace deals in history. But this was just the beginning, because what happened next would change the course of World War I and set the stage for an even greater conflict. But before we get to that twist, let's talk about why this treaty was a ticking time bomb. Germany thought they'd won. They got land, resources, and a free hand in the East. But here's the irony: this victory was a trap, because by forcing such a harsh deal, they lit a fire of revenge in Russia, one that would burn for decades. Turns out, taking a third of someone's country doesn't make them forget about it. Who knew? Britain and France were furious. Russia had just handed Germany a massive advantage. Now, the Germans could shift all their forces to the Western Front. The Allies saw it as betrayal. But was it? Or was Lenin playing a longer game? Stick around, because the real shocker is coming. Here's the twist. Just 8 months later, Germany lost the war. The Treaty of Brest-Litovsk, null and void. Russia's lost lands, up for grabs. But instead of reclaiming them, Lenin was now fighting a civil war. And the Allies? They weren't exactly rushing to help. So, was it all for nothing? The story doesn't end here, because the seeds of World War II were planted in 1918. Germany's humiliation at Versailles, Russia's thirst for revenge, all roads lead back to Brest-Litovsk. And the scariest part? We're still feeling the aftershocks today. Hitler looked at Brest-Litovsk and saw weakness. Stalin looked at it and saw stolen land. The treaty didn't just end a war, it created a century of tension. Ever wonder why Russia is so obsessed with controlling Eastern Europe? Now you know. Desperation breeds bad deals. Chaos follows. So, next time you're negotiating a salary, maybe don't take the first offer. Today, Russia's actions in Ukraine, its obsession with borders, it all traces back to 1918. Land, power, pride. The game hasn't changed. Only the players have. The past isn't just history. It's a warning. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of history's most shocking treaties, hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Should Russia have fought on, or was surrender the only option? And don't forget, history isn't just about dates and dead guys. It's about understanding the world we live in today. Stay curious.